If you didn't know, the third Christopher Reeves Superman film released in 1983 with mixed to negative reception, and the following year a spin-off of those films released in order to subside the foul taste audiences had in their mouths. That movie, Supergirl. For a couple of years ago, I'd never heard of this movie, and it seemed so strange to me that I hadn't. I was familiar with the first 4 Reeves Superman movies, but this one just slipped between the cracks. So the age-old questions are to be answered today. Was this movie good? And did this help with the negative feedback from the last film? Hell no! This movie commits the cardinal sin of being boring. What's the point of watching a movie even if it's bad if it just bores you? At least with Miller's Girl and Hurry Up Tomorrow, I wanted to claw my eyes out. I at least had an emotional reaction to those movies, but this one, come on bro. You wanna know why it's so bad and even worse? Boring? Come on, let's go through it. This movie starts off in Argo City, a chunk of Krypton that miraculously survived the entire planet exploding, where Kara, soon to be Supergirl, is just kinda chilling around and doing dumb shit with this old guy named Zoltar. We find out Zoltar has this little ball that he describes as having the power to create the illusion of life. Zoltar then says that this ball is the power source of the entire city, keeping them alive, and he just has this in his pocket to show Kara these cheap parlor tricks because he can, I guess. Kara's parents come up to him concerned because he's talking about leaving Argo City, and I guess he didn't want them to know that he borrowed the Omega Hedron. Yeah, that's the name of the ball. So he kicks it towards Kara, who uses this Harry Potter wand to make a mosquito. What? The Omega Hedron makes the mosquito come alive and break through the glass, sucking out the Omega Hedron out of the city, essentially being the city's Armageddon if they don't get it back in time? This is just such a stupid way for the story to kick off. So then Kara enters Zoltar's ship that he was planning on using to leave Argo City, but she gets in it and is sent off to Earth. It doesn't even seem like she gets in the spaceship on a sort of mission to go find the Omega Hedron. She just walks into it. She doesn't say anything, so like, what are you doing? Instead of Zoltar telling Kara's parents that he's going to go into another spaceship to A, go find the Omega Hedron that he stole for no reason but to dick around with it that will literally kill the planet if it's not put back in its place, and B, go find their daughter that could potentially feel responsible for losing the Omega Hedron and got in his spaceship, then was sent out to God knows where. But this is his response. He just gives up and basically says, "Y'all are cooked, I'm going to jail."
And my fate is sealed. I've lost the Omega Hedron. I must be sent to the Phantom Zone. Your suffering will be short. Mine,
forever.
What? You can't just do that. You did this, bro. You can't just leave. So Kara travels through inner space, whatever the hell that means, and ends up on Earth or in Earth. She just emerges from a lake in her Supergirl outfit and is immediately flying. This isn't how this works. When you're on Krypton or Argo City, they don't have their powers because there's a red sun. So how does she immediately gain the grasp of flying if she shouldn't even know she has these powers yet to begin with? You know how long it took Christopher Reeves' Superman to gain his powers? It took until he was an adult to fully gain his powers, even though he was living on Earth with a yellow sun since he was a baby. And I'm not even gonna question why she has her suit on even though she left Argo City in this clothing. She then bounces around using all of her powers and flies into the sky, basically having full control over them almost immediately after arriving on Earth. Keep in mind, it's been exactly 1 minute since she got here. 1 minute of screen time since she got here. She ends up landing in the street somewhere and is about to get sexually assaulted by these truckers until she kicks their asses. I'm not even sure why this guy would even try to fight Supergirl after she claims to be the cousin of Superman and does this to his friend, but I guess in the end he deserves to get beat, so oh, whatever. So at this point, we're assuming Supergirl's goal is to find the Omega Hedron to save her city and parents from dying. So why is she staring at these high school girls playing baseball and then decides to apply to the school and create a secret identity of the name Linda Lee? Your parents are gonna die. Everyone you know and love is gonna die because you decided to room with Lois Lane's younger sister and attend math class. Why? For a good 45 minutes of this movie, we are watching a Linda Lee slice of life movie. Can something of worth happen? You guys really thought Superman 3 did horrible, so you decide to pull this out? It takes over an hour into the movie for Supergirl to fight something. An hour! This is a superhero movie and it takes an hour for a fight. Do you want to know what she fights an hour into this movie? A bulldozer? Are we serious right now? At least in Superman 3, the movie wasn't good. But at least we got a cool fight scene of evil Superman versus Clark Kent. What is this? Now I'm gonna have to go back and explain to you why she's fighting a bulldozer and you'll never guess why. So the Omega Hedron that was shot into the endless abyss of space somehow ends up on Earth in the hands of this lady named Selena, who we then find out is a witch? Okay, she decides to break up with her boyfriend because I guess she knows the ball has the ability to give her any power she wants. I don't know, bro. She uses the Omega Hedron in a variety of ways that makes me question what the hell it even does. From what Zoltar said earlier, it creates the illusion of life. So why can't it start a car with no key? Or cook this chicken? I don't think the writers know what was happening in this movie because even earlier, Supergirl uses her laser eyes to make a flower bloom and then would just change her clothes at will. Not like she used super speed to change. She just changes outfits like 5 times in a row. When did she ever have the power of changing clothes whenever she wanted? Anyways, Selena and her best friend live together and they see this guy who gardens for Kara's school named Ethan. They think he's hot, so she decides that she wants to cast a spell on him to make him love her. She invites him to her house under the assumption it was for business purposes, in which she specifically tells her he doesn't want to get in a relationship with her in any sort of way.
Well, see, I'm kind of a private person, you know? I mean, I do my work, I go home.
To your wife?
No, at the present moment in time, I'm currently enjoying a single status in my personal life.
Cheers.
Bottoms up, huh?
She proceeds to drug him, and while she's distracted, he tries to escape and must walk through this demon hellhole in her house. He actually makes it out, but he's still under the influence, so he's walking through the streets about to get hit by cars. Selena somehow sees the location of Ethan through the Omega Hedron, which pulls up a live cam feed. This is not the illusion of life. Selena used the Omega Hedron to take control of a bulldozer and tries to use it to capture Ethan in order to bring him back to her place, so when he wakes up her spell will enact, causing him to fall in love with her. What is even going on? So we then cut to Kara eating food with Lucy Lane, her roommate, and Jimmy Olsen, who is a grown man that works at the Daily Planet with Clark Kent and Lois Lane, who happens to be dating Lucy Lane, Lois's younger sister. Keep in mind, these are high school girls. Why are you in a relationship with this girl? What is up with these movies with grown men dating young girls? What is this? Getting back on track, the bulldozer is terrorizing the town trying to capture Ethan, and everyone in the town is acting like this is the worst thing to graze the earth. No one can drive straight, stuff is on fire, people are screaming all because of this bulldozer. General Zod has pulled up to this earth before, so I don't know why they're screaming about this bulldozer. So Supergirl comes in and saves the day, which involves saving Ethan. She changes into Linda Lee since she can just change her clothes like that apparently, so when she comes to wake up Ethan, he falls in love with her. It's not your fault since you got this spell put on you, but goddamn, they couldn't have made Ethan and Selena younger or make Kara older so this wouldn't be as weird. Why are these people fighting each other? You guys are all in different age brackets. Ethan, you're on thin ice, buddy. So now Selena is pissed at Kara since Ethan is in love with Kara instead of her. So when Kara is at school, she sends an invisible monster after her. What even is this? Kara decides the best way to defeat the monster is by taking a street pole, bringing it up into the stormy clouds, which packs it full of lightning. She then goes down and blasts the lightning built up in the pole into the monster, killing it? What? When has she ever had lightning manipulation powers? This movie just does stuff. There's no rhyme or reason to anything. So now Ethan wants to take Kara on a date since I guess he's just fallen madly in love with her and she agrees to it. Bro. So I guess they're in love now. Turns out Selena was at the same place Ethan and Kara was. So Supergirl comes to fight Selena. She barely escapes with Ethan. They make it to this beach. I don't know. Supergirl kisses Ethan and I guess he knows that Linda is Supergirl because the way her lips feel. As I'm reading the script back, this just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense, but this is what occurs in the movie. So if this sounds like nonsense, this is not my fault. This is the movie. It's nonsensical and stupid. I'm sorry. Selena then uses the Omega Hedron to use /TP on Ethan, and this happens. There is just stuff happening. It doesn't make sense. The Omega Hedron creates the illusion of life. Why can she do all of this? So then Kara pulls up to Selena's castle, which appeared out of thin air. I'm guessing the Omega Hedron did it, and gets sent to the Phantom Zone because of the Omega Hedron. And Zoltar is there just rotting. I guess he was serious about just rotting in jail. Supergirl is super mad at him because he just wants to sit there and die. But honestly, he kind of did that to himself. I can't be mad at him. Kara keeps pressing Zoltar to get out of the Phantom Zone, so he says there's one way, which is known to be inescapable, by the way, is done by climbing on the side of a mountain right next to a tornado. It's so dumb. So Kara and Zoltar are climbing up the mountain to get out, and right when Kara is about to exit the Phantom Zone, Zoltar slips and ends up sacrificing himself. If you can call it a sacrifice, because he just kind of lets himself die.
I am with you.
I mean, either way, he would have got sent back to the Phantom Zone anyway, so I guess he would rather die. And it just looks so bad. It just looks horrible. What a stupid character. He just screws up everything in the story and then just dies. This may be a runner-up for one of the worst characters in a movie, bruh. I'm sorry to stop talking about this. Kara gets out, defeats Selene, gets the Omega Hedron, leaves back to Argo City, which happens to be in a lake. Well, I thought I was tripping earlier because Supergirl came out of a lake when she arrived on Earth, but I guess Argo City is actually in a lake. Argo City is supposed to be in space millions of light years away from Earth. Why or how is Argo City in the water? You know what? I don't even want to know. This movie is so stupid and bad and makes no sense. I wrote about what actually happens in this movie, which in total is about 30 minutes. This movie is 2 hours long. I honestly could not believe my eyes when I was watching this movie, checked the runtime, and there was still 40 minutes left in it. Nothing was happening. How could there be time left? In the other hour and a half of runtime, nothing happens. They're standing around playing baseball. Supergirl doesn't do anything super until an hour in, and it's stupid. She's fighting a bulldozer, fights an invisible monster, then has the final battle. The rest is nothing. It's boring. I was falling asleep. I was actively trying to stay awake watching this. I don't care about any of the characters. They're all one-dimensional and boring. Kara doesn't have any motivations because if she did, she wouldn't be masquerading as Linda Lee if she had to save her entire city from collapsing. She spends an entire week doing nothing. She's lucky the city had survived that long without the Omega Hedron. Lucy Lane sucks, Ethan sucks, Jimmy Olsen is a predator, Selena is boring, Nigel is boring. I didn't even bring up Nigel before because he's so unimportant. The visuals are bad, nothing is funny, nothing is super about this movie. The music doesn't hold a candle to the Reeves Superman film. This movie is a 1.5 out of 5.